All right, man, let's go ahead and get into these Lakers. As y'all know, the Lakers are down 3-1 to the Timberwolves right now in the playoffs. They play again on Wednesday for game 5. Now, we all been screaming Lakers in 5, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 5. But it's looking like the Lakers are going to be losing in 5, not winning in 5, because they down 3-1 right now. And it's looking like the season about to be over. It might not be over Wednesday because I think the Lakers, they're going to come out real aggressive. They're going to come out physical. They're going to be at home. I think they're going to pull that game out. And then, Timberwolves, they'll probably end up winning in 6 at the crib in front of their home crowd. I expect Anthony Edwards to go off that game, seal the Lakers away, and it'll be done and over with. Now, the reason why I think the series is over at this point is because you have last game where, and I've been watching the whole series, and last game really just let me know that this is over because you got a LeBron James and a Luka Doncic who didn't really try and take any shots in the fourth quarter when they were barely hanging on to like maybe 5-6 point lead at that point, because they had been up for a minute throughout the game. They've been up about 10 plus, and then the Timberwolves start going on the run, and then Lakers will come down and score 1 or 2 buckets, and then it just kept going back and forth. But eventually, the Lakers, they stopped scoring for a few possessions, and the Timberwolves went on that run, and they ended up still in the game. And I think it's crazy how they pulled the most insane camera angle out of. I ain't never seen that camera angle before. The camera angle was like all the way up in like the top where the Raptors at, where the players' jerseys and stuff be retired at. Like, it looked like it came from all the way up there. I had never in my life seen a camera angle like that. So it's like, for one, another thing too is Luka had a chance to shoot a 3 and didn't shoot it, and they ended up turning the ball over or something like that, or they didn't score. But the fact of the matter is, why aren't you taking shots in the fourth quarter? If you are the guy, because hear me out right here, and I'm pretty sure all y'all can relate, no matter who your favorite team is, but if you're the superstar and we gonna lose the game, I'd much rather lose the game with you taking the final shot than the likes of Dorian Finney-Smith or Austin Reeves. Now, Austin Reeves is kind of like in between, because it's kind of like, if he having one of them nights and he hot, I'm letting him take the last shot. You know what I'm saying? One of them type situations. But if it's one of them things, because he wasn't even aggressive at all last game. He wasn't aggressive at all until like the second half. He tried to get a little aggressive, but then like he really quieted down a little bit. But I would much rather us lose. I say us like I'm a Lakers fan or something. I'd much rather my team lose if I'm the Lakers in that situation, whether I be a fan, coach, teammate, owner, whatever the case may be. I'd rather us lose if Luka or LeBron is taking the final shots, or they're taking the shots in the last moments of the game leading up to what the decision gonna be or the outcome gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, and LeBron, he 40 years old, he get a little bit of slack, but he been giving us consistent Bron for all these years. You know what I'm saying? Even this 40-year-old season, he been giving us the same consistent Bron. So, that 20, 25, 20, 27, like them, like that ain't gonna cut it. Because we know Luka gonna give us 30 at least every game. He can get that in his sleep. He gonna give us 30. Even if he off, he can get to the bucket at will. And that's really the thing that he need to do in the first place, because they doubling him so hard every time, and he's allowing it, but that's because his ball handling and his passing IQ is so good. Like, he allowing the double team every time, but I feel like if he doesn't allow the double team sometimes and he just attacks, it'll force them to either A, double team quicker, or B, they're gonna have to make a decision on if they want to keep doubling him or not, because he's gonna keep finding either the lane or finding somebody open real quick, or it's gonna cause them to run around on defense, and then at that point you got to change something up. So I know for a fact tomorrow Luka finna go for at least 40. Like, that's just what he do. Elimination game. It's gonna be a home game. He definitely gonna go out with 40 at least. LeBron is you're gonna have to do it, because last game you had Dorian Finney-Smith, who was off, and you had Austin Reeves, who wasn't being aggressive at all until like the second half. He came out in the third quarter being a little bit aggressive, but after that, he was quiet again. I think he only had like 15 points. If the Lakers are gonna win, they need a consistent Rui Hachimura, because he was great last game. He had like 23 points or something like that. And they need a consistent AR, because LeBron is at this point in his career where he's being essentially a role player who can get his, because he'll let Luka control the show and he'll get his in on fast breaks whenever he, when he needs to get a bucket or catch and shoot. But he gonna have to be in his LeBron, Kyrie bag, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have to be in that bag if he want to win this series and come back again from another 3-1, because Luka gonna need, somebody else that's gonna go bucket for bucket with him. And the role players just gonna have to be ready to shoot when it come time. Like Dorian Finney-Smith, you had a bad game last game. You only had 6 points, but you had at least 12 to 14 out there on the board for you. You missed like 3 or 4 wide open threes. You know what I'm saying? So he had a pretty off night, but the effort and stuff was still there, so that's a good thing. He just gonna have to come on and make shots. And Austin Reeves is gonna have to be aggressive if they want to win. Like if they want to win out the series, Austin Reeves has to be aggressive every single game, and LeBron has to at least drop 30. Because Luka gonna get 30. Like the only game Luka didn't have 30 is whenever he was sick that one game. He had like 17 points. Obviously, because he was sick, that wouldn't happen if that wasn't the case. Because he had been averaging 32 the first 2 games. So, yeah, man. Like I said, I think the Lakers, if they want to come back from this series, they gotta handle that, and also they gotta stop letting Julius Randle get off. I'm sorry, because Julius Randle don't really have, like, he got a bag. Don't get me wrong, like he nice, but if he primarily just putting his head down and getting to the basket, like you gotta stop that. But at the same time, the Lakers, they really messed themselves up by not having a big and not having a bench. Now that's gonna be tough too, because the whole starting 5 played the entire second half of the game last game. And that just comes from the untrustworthiness that you have in your bench and just not having, the players that you can depend on. I feel like Vandy is cool for the defense and stuff like that, but we need people who can score, people who can shoot the ball, because like they double teaming now. So y'all got to be ready to catch and shoot, cut to the basket, something. So I don't know, man. It's looking pretty scarce for the Lakers. It's not having a big is really, really, really hurting them. They haven't played Dalton Knecht at all. They just, I don't know. And the little light-skinned big that they got, I feel like they just don't trust in him, because I feel like when Julius Randle made him fall within the first couple possessions last game, he ain't really get in the game that much after that. Like, he getting bullied out there. Yeah, it's going to be looking like one of them things where, you got to pick your poison. Which you going to let Bron play the 5 or let somebody play the 5 and be able to stop Julius Randle? Because the Timberwolves case, like, everybody, like, the way they play, they shoot a lot of threes. But if you can take away one of their X factors, which would be Julius Randle, y'all will be in good hands, because I don't see Jaden McDaniels going off consistently every game like that, because he's one of them players, like, Ant got to talk to him and get him in that, that mindset of attacking, because he cold, but usually now he's become the third option. I feel like he's always kind of been, like, yes, like you could say the third option or whatever the case may be, but I feel like if you slow Julius Randle down and you force Ant to do all the heavy lifting and do all the the work, as the Lakers with no big and no bench, you'll give yourself a better chance. You just got to play better defense on Julius Randle, because him just being able to just get to the paint whenever he wants to and get in a rhythm, that's what's really hurting the Lakers. And I feel like if anything, they should they switch a lot on their matchups, but I would rather have, like, Bron guarding, Julius Randle at least. Like, if Bron not going to be producing like how he was back in the day on offense, giving us, at least 30 plus to 40 a game in these playoffs, let him guard, take on a big responsibility on that defense and, just come down and get what he can when he's supposed to. That could also work too, because if LeBron is at this age where it really is starting to affect him and he does get a lot more tired and stuff like that, then I would much rather him be able to score here and there, but primarily focus on the defensive end. And then, if needed in the second half of the game, he just kick it up on offense the third and fourth quarter, give me, like, another 10 to 15 in both quarters, and, eventually help Luka out to get the win. But what do y'all think so far from the series? Like, do y'all think it's over? Do y'all still think the Lakers can win in 7? Like, what do y'all think? Because they ain't been able to win 2 games in a row. So having to win 3 in a row is going to be a lot. It's going to be tough. Especially, at this point in the series, like, AE got confidence. Jaden McDaniels telling Luka to get his ass up off the floor, and after he didn't knock down a three. You know what I'm saying? You heard everybody acting tough when they up. Like that's exactly what they doing right now. Like they talking shit. So it's just like one of them things where it's like they feeling good about themselves. What the Lakers gonna do? Because it ain't nobody really on the team that I see pissed off besides, you know, Luka and Bron. But that frustration comes from, you know what I'm saying, other people on the team, I guess, essentially not being able to just fill in a certain role that you know would help you out in the long run as far as taking over this series. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I think on that. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think as far as where the series is going to go, or what do you think the difference will be in the series depending on what team, like who you think got to do what in order for the team to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like Rui Hachimura, he got to continue to play good. Like that 20 that we got out of him, that 23, that's gonna be something consistently that he gonna have to do. At least give me 15 to 20. Like everybody, like all role play, at least give me 10. You know what I'm saying? If you putting up shots, at least give me 10, or at least cut to the basket. Give me 8 to 10 points. If you like a Dorian Finney-Smith type of guy, I need at least 12 out of you because you shoot a lot of threes. You get a lot of open looks. You know what I'm saying? So I need at least 3 or 4 threes knocked down. You know what I'm saying? Give me 12 points, at least a couple layups here and there, foul, something. And Rui, you going to come in and get your look. You going to get in your little bag, get your look, you know. He going to get his, so a look 15. Because it go up from Finney, I expect at least 10 to 12. Then Rui, I need at least 15 to 20. AR, I need about, I ain't gonna lie, from AR, I need about 20, 25. And then Luka and the Bronze is 30 to 40 range with them. But we cut, if AR go off for about 30-something, hey, that's just the icing on top at that point, because he's capable of doing it, but it's just like, when you got Bron and Luka on the team, it's kind of hard for him to really get into that bag. I feel like they need to play Connect a little bit more too. At least have somebody that ain't gonna be scary out there. I feel like, because I don't even think, I wouldn't even say that Finney-Smith is scary, or Rui is scary, or even AR. I just feel like they are doing what they supposed to do. Don't get me wrong, playing their role, but I feel like it's to a point to where sometimes they forget how to just hoop, like not dribbling the ball when they catch the ball, forgetting that you can dribble the ball and stuff like that, or as soon as you touch the ball, you looking to get it out your hands if you ain't got a shot, which it is good to move the ball on offense, but like if it's nobody in the lane and you could have probably just beat your dude off the dribble to get to the lane and get either a foul or easy too, like, you know, do that. Somebody else has to be a threat on the court to just not allow them to run the same exact defense the entire time, you know what I'm saying, and just instead of just catching and shooting. So yeah, man, it's looking like Bron is his time is coming to an end, man. And it's kind of sad to even think about that, because we just been watching Bron forever. Like, I can remember watching Bron since like early middle school, like 6th grade, 7th grade middle school days, and just watching the finals and just how basketball was so different back then, as far as like all the greats playing in it. Like we had Kobe, we had Kevin Garnett and all them in the playoffs at the same time, LeBron, the Spurs. Like, it used to just be so much comp back in the day. Not saying it ain't comp now, but it just be different. But just to see that LeBron is playing to this point and he's 40 years old, time coming to an end, man. You see he down 3-1, like, you know, and he out there getting, you know, bullied by how old is Ant? Like 24, 23, 23-year-old, 24-year-old Ant coming out there trying to do him like how he did Kevin Durant last year. So it's really hard to see. That's why I'm saying, like, that's how I know, like, the age got to be catching up with him, because Brian would have easily, you know what I'm saying, you know, turned up on him and got the ball and got in his bag when he, you know, LeBron told he just hitting them faders every time. But I don't even think, like, I don't think he got that mindset. Not even a mindset. I just don't think he's capable of doing that, as far as, like, the game wearing down on him. You know what I'm saying? Having to do all that. And, you know, Ant much younger. And I know last year he was out of breath trying to keep up with Kyrie and all this other stuff and be able to score on offense at the same time. So I'm pretty sure he worked on his conditioning, because he damn sure worked on his three-point shooting. So, yeah, man, we're going to see tomorrow what happens. But this playoffs has been good. That Houston and Golden State series has been good to watch. I don't know if y'all been watching that, but that's been good to watch. The Denver and Clippers series, that's been feeding families all over the globe. Like, Kawhi been looking like Michael Jordan. You know, they all been hooping over there. So yeah, I'm tapped into that game tonight. And yeah, man, this is the best time of the year to watch basketball, man. Playoff times, because now you get the players they really hooping. So yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all watched this far, like I said, y'all let me know down in the comment section below what y'all think for this series the outcome is going to be, and shit, really any other series that y'all been watching, the other playoffs, because I probably do some videos on like the Houston series and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie though, I have not. Oh, the New York series, that New York and Detroit series has been good too. They've been real feisty in that series. Like them in Houston, like they all been. That's another thing too. Like that's when you start to see like what character traits come with each city, because you know Houston known for being, you know, young and turnt, a little, you know what I'm saying, a little scrappy. So same thing with Detroit too. So that's why I'm saying, like, I like to see, you know what I'm saying, the you know, the city come out, and you know what I'm saying, like I like to see how they come out and get aggressive sometimes, like get a little negative sometimes. Like we always want to be so, you know, kumbaya and brotherhood and stuff with the league, but let's see them get a little scrappy sometimes. Like I like when I was saying, who was that last night? That was Dylan Brooks and Jimmy Butler. Like, they at the free throw line talking shit to you. Like, nigga, you a bum. On my mama, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, they getting into each other's face. So that's the type of stuff I like to see. I don't know about y'all, but that's the type. Because when you know, when you used to play and compete, you know how it be when you be on the court and on the field. Like, you talk shit. So that's the type of stuff I like to see. You know what I'm saying? On the field and on the court and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for this video. It's been your boy. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gone.